What's going on, everyone? It's the YuGiOh Scrub, but please just call me Bailey. Coming at you today with another duel and deck profile. We're going to be playing this deck you see right here. It is Zombie Skill Drain Beatdown, and a little bit that I want to do because I'm adding this in as well. I had these as suggestions. So AO2 Endless wanted to see pure zombies, that was today, and Brandon Muniz wanted to see a Skill Drain Beatdown deck. Now, I've tried to build both, and I think the best way to go about this is just going to be to combine them, because I think that zombies using floaters into big monsters is just a very good strategy with Skill Drain. So, as you can see here, we have Exile Force, works under Skill Drain, can get floated into from Giant Rat, also can get Pyramid Turtle, Ryukaki from Pyramid Turtle, Sangan, Sinister Serpent, 2 Vampire Lord, great card with Pyramid Turtle, Book of Life also with the standby phase effect if it gets destroyed by a card effect, 2 Book of Life for bringing them back, Book of Moon, Creature Swap, have a lot of things that I can just give my opponent, Delinquent Duo, Graceful Charity, Heavy Storm, a little bit kind of unnecessary, we're running a lot of back row ourselves, but I just like heavy, Mystical Space Typhoon, Nobleman a Crossout, Pot of Greed, Premature Burial, Snatch, Call of the Haunted, Dust Tornado, Mirror Force, Ring of Destruction, 3 Skill Drain, 3 Sullen Judgment, Torrential Tribute, and 1 Sakuratsu Armor. Side deck real quick, Breaker, 2 Des Wombat, not going to lose to burn, Kaiku, Tribe Infecting Virus, Mind Control, 2 Mind Crush, 2 7 Tools of the Bandit, and Trap Dust Shoe. Alright, with that being said, let's get right into this today. Goat format, just making sure all the things are set to default. Don't want to join the pool with a wrong deck. I've done that before when trying to record a video. As always, I hope your day is going great. If not, stop watching, go make it great, and then come back and watch every video. If you saw yesterday's video, wow, oh my gosh. Playing last turn, just tons of fun. I enjoy the deck, as dumb as it is. I don't usually like playing FTKs and kind of linear, non, interacting with your opponent decks, but because you actually have to get to lower life points, it's really not that uninteractive. I mean, yeah, sometimes you just get wall revealing, you get the combo and you win, but it's fun. And oh, that match, wow. Oh, okay, is he gonna have Smoke Grenade of the Thief? I hate this combo, but okay, he doesn't. Probably blasting with Chain or just summoning Big Beater for Big Beater's sake. I'm feeling okay here. I mean, unless he was saving the Smoke Grenade of the Thief. I don't typically like the Gear Free, the Iron Knight deck. I've tried to build it, and I might actually play it in the future, because it is interesting. I just don't like decks that rely on multiple card combos like this. I mean, basically, if you have Blasting with Chain or Smoke Grenade the Thief without Gear Free the Iron Knight, it's completely dead. And you can run 3 Gear Free to try to deal with that, but then you just have 3 1800 vanillas, basically, and it just isn't good. I'd just rather play Warriors if I'm going to run the 2 Rhoda for that. Okay, so what do we want to do here? I'm thinking probably just set the Sangan and I'll set 2. If that's Heavy Storm, that's why I was kind of hoping it wouldn't. And perfect. We will then be able to get ourselves, I'm going to go for Sinister Serpent here. Just get that in rotation as fast as possible. We already have 2 Pyramid Turtle. I don't really feel like we need to get anything else. Maybe Exiled Force was the other call, but I'm not too worried about that. Smoke Grenade of the Thief. Yes, I understand Smoke Grenade of the Thief has an effect, but I appreciate you telling me. I showed you the hand, and then you had to, go back out of it, because you'd have to declare the effect. I was already showing you. It is, yes, discard, just making sure it doesn't go back to the deck. Sometimes forget about effects. Just always make sure. Similar things just get a little blurrier. It looks fine. Premature Burial. Alright. Battle phase. I'll take 18. I'm not too worried about 1 hit. I'd rather get 2 for 1 from the Mirror Force. If he has a Heavy Storm, I mean, whatever, but I don't know why you'd heavy after attacking. Probably as another Blasting with Chain. Creature swap is pretty nice. If it is a blasting with chain, then I guess what I could do, because I have to... I think the play is normal summon Pyramid Turtle, activate creature swap. I think this is just correct. If he has blasting with chain, I can then chain Book of Moon and set it. Change control. Now just try to attack into our own Pyramid Turtle. He probably has a trap to deal with it, but like, okay. Question is, do I mind? No, I don't really care. If he wants to 2-for-1 himself, basically, and then Pyramid Turtle will be able to get me my own thing in the future. I don't want to commit more things to the back row. I'm just going to end turn. I can eat 1200 to the face, no problem. If he has another thing, maybe I can Mirror Force Breaker. Thinking I will, on summon, do that. So he can't choose. Basically, he still gets the 1-for-1, but I'm keeping this, and now knows this is important. Kind of upset that he changed that to defense. Breaker's defense, I know this is dumb, it's 1,000, I'm almost certain. Question is, I'm just going to ask him. Breaker defense is... Just making sure. I don't want to get that wrong. Okay, so it is 1,000. Just had to make sure before I, like, committed to a play. That is free knowledge. I mean, if I could look it up, so it's not that big of a deal. And I think the play here is gonna be setting Solemn Judgment. I don't want to set the skill drain yet. I know that's stupid because Solemn could back it up. But I'd rather almost Solemn like an important normal summon right now and force him to then just, okay. Now that I have that, I might just do skill. I wish it was like reverse 1,400, 1,200 defense, but instead he can use my Pyramid Turtle as defense for himself. I'll just end my turn. So in the skill drain beatdown deck, we're not seeing skill drain be used. Torrential Tribute. I really just wish that he put this in attack position. Nobleman a cross out. I'm going to shuffle, so he doesn't know at least I just drew that, but that is a pretty good draw. Just keeping everything. Okay, it was Donza Luke that he set. Whatever. Oh, that's actually kind of cool, because if I had run into it with my Pyramid Turtle, he would have gotten a card out of my hand. That's a play. I appreciate that. Good job. Good thinking, Joe16T21. Like, nothing against Joe16T21, but how do people come up with some names? Like, BB3, it's literally just, like, my initials. Like, I'm the third. My initials, like, I'm not gonna... Whatever, it just makes sense. But, like, was Joe15T20 taken? I mean, maybe 1621. Is 1621 his version of 1738? Okay. I really want to get advantage from... I'll set Pyramid Turtle. If he has a Nobleman, go ahead and Nobleman. I don't even care. I just don't want to lose the Sinister Serpent. Exactly what I said. I'm just the greatest player to ever live. I can predict anything. I should have actually shuffled my hand there so he could have maybe thought it was a Sinister Serpent. If he was paying attention, he would have known that was not. I'll activate Graceful Charity unless he wants to Solemn Judgment this. Draw, draw, draw. 2 Solemn Judgment, Nobleman, a cross out. Discard Sinister Serpent for sure. I don't want to show him Skill Drain yet, so I think I'll discard a Solemn Judgment, just because that'll be a lot of life points to start going down if I use... I already have 1 set. If I use 2 and a Skill Drain, like, we're talking just crazy amount of life points lost. And I'll just end my turn on that. Yeah. I could always be switching this to defense, but, like, I don't think it really does that much. It saves me a little bit of life points, I guess, but just do something. Switch it to attack, please. Please. So he's got some blasting with chain. These could be blasting with chain face down, and he's waiting for a way to get a gear freed. That could be something possible. In which case... what's actually funny is I could chain skill drain. Okay. That's fine with me. I really need these to actually go off, though. I'll take 1,200, because it's really just 200. Because I'll gain, unless he can find a way to get rid of the snatch steal. I mean, it's possible, I suppose. And get Sinister Serpent back. Alright, what do we do here? I think we set the Sinister Serpent, set Torrential. Although I really do want the Pyramid Turtles to go off, if I can clear an entire board, because it basically would be getting rid of two... It's hard to say, but he's committed a lot to his back row, so I can commit a little bit more to my back row. Nobleman across out. Unfortunately, do I want to let this go through? 3,000 life points right now is a lot. Yeah, I'm going to let that go through. Do I want to eat this, though? Yeah, I'll eat the, what is it, 2,400. So it's basically 14. I could Mirror Force, but no effects would go through. If I can just draw like a giant rat, that'd be great. That is probably like a torrential or something set. Heavy Storm is a card. Okay. I know it's really stupid. Oh, yeah, you are correct. I gained my 1,000 from Snatch Steal. Alright, it's stupid. But I could Heavy Storm. In which case, that would give me a bunch of monsters on field. I think it's the play. I think this is spicy. Does he wanna let it go through? This is not something you see every day. Heavy storming for back row of your own. So it was a torrential, I was correct about that, Call of the Haunted, and Dust Tornado. And I'll get one of my Pyramid Turtles back. Because it was under Snatch Steal. Then I can go ahead and attack. They will both die. Both effects will go off. I will get... because I can only use one. I can use both effects of the attacking, but... and spell effect for Vampire Lord, sending to grave. Just make sure he doesn't have, like, Delinquent Duo or anything. Okay, he's probably reading it. Not every day that you see Vampire Lord be used. Smoke Grenade of Thief, that's fine with me. I don't care, just don't rip cards out of my hand. I'm going to go ahead and set everything, because I think it's just the play. Saves me a little bit from Delinquent Duo. I have Solemn Judgment for Heavy of his own. Rhoda, nothing he can get. Maybe Exiled Force. But, like, that would still give me a Vampire Lord on field. Yeah, okay. I'll let that go through, I think. What is he going to hit? That's, yep, what I would hit too. Call of the Haunted is a good card. No way I can get anything, though. So, just attack. Declare, and I'll say spell again. I think just spell is always the call. Just make sure your opponent can get rid. I mean, sometimes you can be like, they're thinning their deck, though, of good spells. I don't care. Skill Drain, Solemn, Nobleman. So he can't set a monster for defense. I have Call of the Haunted if he does manage to get rid of Vampire Lord. I have Skill Drain and Solemn for protection against Heavy Storm. Yeah, that's going to be game. Okay, I get game 1. What do I side in game 2, though? I did see a good... Actually... if I'm going first, Dust Shoot would be good. Trying to think. Gearfried's big. Maybe 7 Tools of the Bandit. Instead of Nobleman. I'll keep 1 Nobleman in, just because it's okay. It's not a bad card. But I think that 7 Tools, if I can hit like a Blasting with Chain at the correct time, that would be huge. Or maybe a Judgment of his own, if he's running them. Hard to say. I didn't see it, but it could have just been him choosing to run a lot of other spells and traps. And not Judgment, but like if you're going to set a bunch of spells and traps, I'm one of the... My personal mindset is, even if your opponent is setting a bunch of spells and traps, I try not to commit to the field nearly as hard. I get the logic of if they have 4 spells and traps and you have 4, then like heavy is equal. But the problem is, say you draw heavy, well, in that kind of situation, it ended up working out for me. But if you draw heavy, well, now you can't heavy them because you have your own spells and traps set, and by the time it's all equal, well, now heavy's doing nothing. Sangan, normal summon for him. I have Duo, Vampire Lord, Pot of Greed, Book of Moon, Judgment, so no normal summons, but good spells and traps. What are you going to do, Joe 16T21? Sounds like a stormtrooper or a robot. I am Joe 16T21. Fear me. I think I will probably try to attack with the Pyramid Turtle first. Pot of Greed. That's actually a play. I could Snatch, Steal, Sangan, Tribute over for Vampire Lord. I think, as dumb as it is, I think that's the play. I'm going to go for it. It's definitely very aggressive very early, but if that's a Sakuretsu armor... So he gets Effect of Sangan. Leading into my Delinquent Duo. Because I want him to basically commit to something, and then I can rip it out of his hand, hopefully. I mean, odds are 1 in 5. Don Zalug. Pay my 1,000. Get the middle card. Mirror Force, okay. And Exiled Force, so 2 cards. I will attack directly with Vampire Lord. Will he let it go through? Declare. Spell. Actually, thinking, do I want to do spell? Yeah, I'll do spell. Could have selected monster. I'm thinking, like, could I actually run him out of monsters in this match? But I'm not too worried. Thinking, like, if I can somehow get him to have no Gearfrieds or anything. I'll set 3 because I have 2 Solemn Judgment. Like, I'm not worried. Even if that's a set heavy, who cares? A pro set heavy would be big, but Solemn Judgment is just a good card in general. Donzalug's not doing anything right here. I don't know if that would have been my pickup from Sangan, but maybe he just doesn't have a better one. Mirror Force is gone, and T just admits defeat. Okay. So, Skill Drain Zombies, too strong. Vampire Lord is very powerful. If he doesn't have a good way to get rid of it without, say, spell and trap removal, like, if you don't have the monsters, and frankly, he probably doesn't have the monsters in his deck. He's playing a very control-based deck. He probably runs a lot of spells and traps like Sakuretsu and Smashing Ground maybe to get rid of it. It's going to keep coming back, even under Skill Drain. So thank you all for watching. Fun zombie Skill Drain deck. I'll see you all in the future, maybe with this deck, maybe with another one. Leave me suggestions, and goodbye.